evening, brothers and sisters, comrades. I bring you the fraternal greetings from the 2 million members of Unite in Great Britain and Ireland. I want to, in this brief speech, to make tribute to the work that is done in Trondheim by the parties of the left, the trade unions, in the attempt to maintain the living standards and the social conditions of working people in Norway. It is a model that is quietly being examined by people throughout the world, and in particular your strategy of the long election, which was followed by the Australian workers' unions, which brought about the electoral success only a few months ago. So you may be isolated geographically, but your politics are becoming more central to the thinking of the workers throughout the world. Comrades, we have built this new union, Unite, with the merger of the transport workers, the engineers, the electricians, the technical workers, the scientific workers, not only because big is beautiful, because that is not the case. We have built this organisation to begin the process in Britain of ending the friction between trade unions, those silly, unnecessary fights over the same members, whilst the majority of workers are not in trade unions. We are building this union to begin to pool the resources, to prepare an organisation that can begin to challenge global capitalism, because that is the issue that unites us all. The rape of this planet by the multinationals, either economically, politically, or through imperial war. That is our joint enemy, and we must unite as we've never united before on an international basis to begin to challenge global capital. Because if we don't, then they will carry out what the Americans call the race to the bottom. That what we have in Great Britain is that the quality jobs are exported to China, to India, where wages are 1/10 of the wages in Britain. And they import the cheap labour, the migrant workers, the poorest people in the world, the people from Eastern Europe, to come and undercut the wages of the workers in Britain. We are involved in this race to the bottom, and therefore Unite has been founded not only as an economic organisation, but as a political organisation that will bring pressure to bear on our government and governments throughout Europe, that will talk to every workers' organisation that wishes to build global solidarity, and we will carry out that solidarity. In fact, we are in the process now of talking to merge with the American Steelworkers Union, a union of 1.2 million, the most militant union in the United States, that would form a global union, the first global union of 3.2 million workers. And we are talking with our comrades in Australia and in Germany, and yes, in the Nordic countries as well, because we believe there is no longer a national solution to the problems of the workers. The world is international. Capital is international. The workers' movement must be international or we will fail. That is what Unite is actually saying. That is what Unite stands for. And therefore it's appropriate in the preparations for May Day that we remember why our grandmothers and grandfathers established May Day in the first place. It was a program about the 8-hour day, about the liberation of working people from the toil of the most arduous work. And around that developed international trade unionism and international socialist movement. And May Day is about celebrating the gains that we have made over the decades. But it is also about preparing our programme for the future. And therefore, behind that banner, we remember our fights, we remember our victories, and yes, we remember our defeats. But more than ever, we prepare the programme for the emancipation of the peoples of the world, so that those that create the wealth of this world can equally share in its benefits. And so May Day is the celebration of our future, the socialist future of humanity. Thank you.